You're live. Sure about that? Waiting for me? No, I'm here. Finger wiggle? Yep. Reload. AirPlay, kitchen TV. That's not what I want to have happen. Okay.
A DM stupid.
Woo! The F-ity FF. Ugh! Why is this so complicated? Am I even filming any of this? Am I even filming any of this? Oh, that's pretty quick. Okay, here we go. I would like to mirror this, please, to the kitchen TV. Oh, that's pretty quick. Okay, here we go. I know you can do it, Apple. I just got to do the volume down on that real quick. Welcome to the stream. Welcome nobody to the stream, apparently. For some reason, it's only running like quarter screen, but that's fine. I don't need it to go full screen. I mean, what are you gonna do with a full screen? Look at it? Well, in today's adventure, we're going to make coffee, and then we're going to clean the griddle and make some French toast. Doesn't that sound fun? And we're also gonna wish we had more water prepared. We're a little bit low. A little low on water. Yep. Bottom of the barrel. Yep. 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 And yep. What I should do is start filming one of those, but you have to listen to it, and it kind of sounds distracting in the background. The old dribbly drabble. So we're gonna pass. We're gonna say no thank you. Oh man, I got some good stories this week. Got some good ones. Some quality stuff. Sorry, I'm just in desperate need of coffee. Like I've said in the past, my breakfast Sunday streams allow me to, to be forced to clean at least the part of the kitchen that goes on the internet just so I look like a regular human being. So, of course, that means I wake up Sunday morning 100% asleep and start cleaning. Because, I wouldn't do that the day before. And for everyone who's perfect, it must be nice, I have not achieved perfection yet. And with all the good advice about why don't you just try blah, 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 and blee, blee, blee. Yeah, good luck. You let me know when you want me to start giving you some advice, and then see how that works out. All right, grinds are in. That's been rinsed. We're calling that good. We are calling that good. All right, the old griddle, it looks like it's clean, but it's unfortunately not 100% clean. So let's get that warming up. Let's get the old griddle warming. Got some fruit today. I'm gonna start with this orange. Give the old rinse, just in case I start licking the outside of the orange, right? The dog is very excited because she thinks it might be Bee Aiken day, and unfortunately for the dog, it's not gonna be Bee Aiken day. It's gonna be French toast day, and I don't think she likes that quite as much. Sorry, doggy. It's not easy being a dog. I'm gonna cut these up in some wedges. Reminds me of youth soccer, right? When you're a kid. Could you imagine? Like, I just think it's funny. So when I was a kid, you could be a parent. You could be put in charge of quote-unquote treats. And it would be acceptable for you to oh, I don't know, make a pan of Rice Krispie bars. Maybe buy a gallon of fruit drink and some cups. And you could go to a sporting event with your child in it. You could cut up a pan of Rice Krispie bars and hand them out to the children on your team and pour juice into a cup. And no one would lose their mind. No one would say, oh my God, we need those Rice Krispie bars to be made in a factory. And then wrap it in their own little special bag of plastic. The reason I think it's funny is because when I was growing up, it was unacceptable to hand out homemade treats on Halloween. But my grandmother would still do that. Because when she was growing up, that was acceptable. So it changed. 2 generations ago, you could make something at home and give it away to people, and they were grateful. And that turned forbidden. You couldn't give homemade food to strangers. That's forbidden. But you could make homemade food for people that were associated with your child. And now you can't do that. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. I'm pretty sure you have to have it hermetically sealed. Because we all know the people that work in the factory are far, 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 far above and beyond anything that you could ever be when it comes to food. I'm coming to realize there's like a perception in like what do you call it, like trust or something, or like you just have an idea, like it's just magic, right? Everybody that works in the factories just got clean hands. What did I talk about something about this the other day? It was like I watched a YouTube video of a guy going through a box of returns. And something was brought up to my attention during that conversation, which could be true, was like maybe the guy was just being over the top. So people would be like, my God, it's over the top. But he was like, you bought all this stuff. And nothing against the person who was doing it, but they didn't really seem like the kind of person that you would ever ask to do anything with a tool ever. Like, it just really didn't seem like tools were their thing. But he claimed to be a reseller, but he was going through this box, buying something, and then chucking it, like tossing it. And it was like, whoa, buddy, like, you're gonna try to sell that? And you're just throwing it into a pile? And I read the comments, and the comments, people are like, it's just like me, they're like, dude, don't beat the merchandise up type of a deal. And the guy responded to a couple, and he basically said, all these tools are designed to be dropped by 3 feet. If they break for me doing that, they're not worth reselling, blah, 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 blah. Which, whatever, could be true, but like, just because you can do something it ain't gonna make it better. Like it doesn't improve anything when you drop it. And it started made me wonder. Like I got a bunch of oranges, and like not half, but like probably 4 of the oranges out of the 2 bags of oranges that I got recently just started rotting for no reason. It's like, well, why are these 4 oranges just rotting? Was it because the dude picking oranges was just like, these oranges can withstand a drop from 3 feet. If these oranges can't stand that, they're not worthy of being sold. And then all of a sudden now they're not worthy. I don't know. It just makes you, like, I just started thinking about it as, like, when you go to the store and you buy something, you used to, like, doesn't everybody used to assume that whatever that item was, it was just, it's just pure and pristine, and it's just pure as a wind-driven snow, right? Like the guy who was packaging this, when he poured the plastic lids, they probably come in a big bucket and they go into a container, I assume. I mean, I don't honestly think a dude's twisting these lids on by hand. I'm not that naive, but like, I know that these lids are manufactured, they're packaged, and they're shipped, and they go to a place that has these put on. But like, when the guy was dumping it in, did like one go bink off the edge and then onto the floor, and the guy's like, just picks it up, put it on there, or did he just get done scratching his asshole and put asshole fingers all over? Like, I don't know. Are there butthole fingers on this? I have no idea. But my brain says no. This is pure. That's completely clean. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So with everything, it's like with everything. Just assume, right? Everything's We're going to go with the I don't give a cluck today. Because I don't. I don't remember what the other thing was that I was... Was the oranges? Oh, the potatoes. The potatoes all beat up. And, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just the way society is now that just people don't have any... how do you describe it? Everyone's so jaded now that maybe just no one has any personal pride. Even in a position that, like, hoity-toity people would consider below them, you know. An average manual labor individual potentially doesn't even have pride in their work because they're getting bombarded with all the shit they get bombarded with, you know, like, you know, just some dude who's struggling, right? He's divorced, got kids, making payments, can't get ahead, you know, didn't get a good education, just working just whatever the job he can get is. I bet that guy's not doing his, you know, the best that he could. He's just probably just doing it, like, doesn't care, working for a corporation that's making billions. He's just scraping by type of deal. Like, I bet that's all over. I bet that's rampant. And I don't know what the whole deal with that is. I mean, I used to say cable TV, but now it's the internet, you know, because, like, how do you describe it? It used to be everybody was kind of poor. That's how and nobody knew anybody. I was like, well, the king, he's doing all right, but we're all poor. Like, meh. And he just kind of, the king came out a couple times a year, and you saw him. It was like, well, look how rich he is. You went back to being poor with all your poor friends. Everybody just was poor. But that wasn't how it was. There was people who weren't, but you just didn't see them because they didn't come out and parade around. But now, with the internet, you get the front row seat to all the rich people and all their rich toys and everything, and then you just get to be reminded over and over and over and over and over and over again how great you actually have it in life. And it kind of jades people, I think. And because of that, I get bruised oranges. That's truly what I feel. This one's not bruised though. Let's have another one. Doggy, you don't eat oranges. Let's rinse some of these grapes off. I'm not gonna eat a bunch, but I had someone comment one time about, like, where's the vegetables or whatever. I normally eat my fruit for lunch, but since today's going to be a little light on things to, like, look at, I decided to do a little bit of fruit in with the old French toast. Whatever. All right, let's rinse these off. Just talk amongst yourselves. Just gotta give this a little rinse. That's another one. I formed a pretend in my head that if I just pour a little water over my fruit, it is in fact completely clean and ready to eat. See how that works? Just the simple act of tap water has cleansed my fruit to the point where I'm not worried about eating it. That's good. Now, I know you're supposed to take your fruit, put it in a bowl, add vinegar, soak it in water. I know you're supposed to do that. I know that. I don't do that, but I know you're supposed to do that. That sterilizes it. That acid in the vinegar sterilizes your fruit. Your fruit won't rot. So if you're suffering from rotten fruit syndrome on the regular, guess we're doing. How many eggs are we gonna do here? Is 2 enough? Jeez, I'm gonna do 3. You know why? Because I like French toast. That's right. All right, I'm gonna put El Ego away. Dog's still trying to figure out why there isn't something delicious for her. Got bad news for the dog. Sorry, dog. You want me to film you, dog? You want to be on the internet? Ooh, the floor's pretty dirty. I don't know what the hell that is. I had like plants on my feet when I came in. There's like plant material on the floor. Whatever. Whatever. Looks like I got 2 people watching. Oh, Jeremy's here. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? I got a great story. I mean, I could probably start a stand-up comedy routine with this story. It's so good. I'm not sure if I want to tell it right away or if I want to wait a little bit. We're gonna add a little milk to our. How am I doing? Pretty good. Just getting going. Waking up. Ooh, just twisted my knee. Ah, that hurt a little bit. Do I usually use water? I don't even remember. For some reason, I got milk on hand, so I'm using milk. That's the thing. We're gonna add a little vanilla. Smells good still. I'm not gonna add too much. I feel like I always add too much vanilla. What are you doing this summer? Oh man, working on stuff probably. No major plans. Just doing the same thing I do every day. Just working on something, fixing something, and waiting for the next day. All right. I do need to turn this griddle back on. Let's do the front on a medium. Medium. Ooh, it's still warm. Good. All right, we got some of this French Italian bread here. Hopefully it's going to be good. See how this works out. I guess I can tell my story now that we're getting going. You're going to Florida? Oh, man. What part of Florida? I used to have family in Miami. Actually, I still have family in Miami. I've been to Miami a few times. Pretty nice down there. Pretty nice. You go to Disney World? That'd be fun. Disneyland, I don't know. One of them's in California, one's in Florida. I don't remember which. I've never been. I've never done the... Oh, man. Who's filming the cooking of the French toast is what I want to know right now. So, I'm going to start my story here. What's that? I am... Nice. Get a Mickey Mouse hat. Wear it around. That'd be rad. Somehow I think I did something wrong here. Too much milk or something? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Here we go. How far is Florida? Well, that question would depend on how far away you are from Florida. If you're in Florida, Florida's not very far away. Oh, from where I live? A couple days drive. That is a solid drive away. That's a long way away. I live in the middle of the United States. And Florida is definitely not in the middle of the United States. It is definitely about as far from the middle of the United States as you can get. All right, so here's my story. Well, I kind of told part of it last week with the Harbor Freight pole saw coupon incident. So, like, I wanted to buy a pole saw. Pole saw was kind of on sale. Then a coupon came out for 25% off. Coupon had a picture of the pole saw on it. When I tried to use the coupon, I was told, sorry, sir, you can't use the coupon with the picture of the pole saw on it because it's not going to work. I even got advertisements from YouTube for the pole saw. I actually called Harbor Freight, told them I thought they sucked because it was pissing me off so bad. Ended up buying the pole saw for almost full price because I needed it. I'd already waited a week, didn't want to wait any longer. Everyone at the store kind of understood that was kind of whack that the picture of the pole saw was on the coupon, but I couldn't use it. Blah, blah, blah. Was assured. Just keep your eyes peeled on that price. If the price changes, just come back out here and get your money back. And I was like, I'm going to do that. So the quote-unquote sale of a couple bucks off ended June 1st. So the other day, I checked, what's the price of a pole saw at Harbor Freight? They're having the big, whatever you call it, parking lot sale or whatever the shit is. And just so happens that the pole saw is currently on sale for
Not quite 25% off. I believe it's 21% off, which was about $10.70 less than what I paid. And out of pure principle, I decided I'm going to go get myself $10.71. So, in my infinite wisdom, I forgot my wallet when I was on that side of town. Near that side of town, anyway. So I did the only responsible thing. I called Harbor Freight and said, hey, same story I just told you there. I want to get the price adjustment. Can I just bring in my cell phone with a copy of the receipt on the cell phone that you emailed me? And we could do it. The guy's like, hell yeah, we can. He said, technically what we're going to do, we'll do a return and a repurchase, and it'll be amazing. And I said, sounds good to me. So I get over to the store, go into the store, stand in line at the store. My turn is up. Explain the situation. Cashier's like, well, I'm not qualified to do any of that. And I'm like, fair enough. As I'm waiting for someone more qualified, I actually see the guy who sold me my pull saw. And I was like, hey, bud, they put the pull saws on sale. Can you believe that? He's like, yeah, actually, I can believe that. You know, like he didn't seem fazed by it at all. I just kind of laughed. And he's like, but I'm not qualified to do the adjustment. We got to get the manager up here. And I was like, sounds good to me. I'm not qualified either. So I'm no one to talk about any of that. The manager comes up. And the very first thing out of the manager's mouth is, we typically don't do price adjustments, sir. And I was like, well, that's weird. Like, that's the first thing you're going to say to me? It's a different manager than the one I talked to the day about my pull saw. We typically don't do price adjustments, sir. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you're going to do it on this one. And I started telling the story, and he finally realized, yep, we're doing a price adjustment. I wasn't an asshole or anything. I was just a normal guy. And, you know, I got my receipt that you emailed me here. It's got the code bar on the bottom. We should be good to go. The guy at the cash register was getting a bit of a training because he was new, and they were kind of training him how to do the ins and outs, which I was cool with. You know, everybody's got to learn. I prefer when they don't learn when I'm in line, but that's fine too. We're all about to the end of the thing, and the guy goes, we just need to see your ID. No, sorry, we just need to see your driver's license is what he says. And I'm like, what? You need to see my driver's license to do a price adjustment on an item I bought from you? He's like, yep, we sure do. And I was like, well, I got some bad news. I don't have my wallet with me. I have my cell phone only. He goes, well, we're going to have a driver's license. And I was like, but I didn't need a driver's license to buy the pull saw. He's like, nope, sure didn't. And I was like, but I have to have like, my mind was spinning. I mean, I think I actually said, I said, driver's license are required to shop at Harbor Freight? And he was like, no, you don't have to have a driver's license to shop here. To which I retorted, but I got to have a driver's license to return something to Harbor Freight. And he's kind of like, and he kind of realized how ridiculous it was. He's like, yeah, I guess you do. I was like, what if I walked here and I don't have a driver's license and I don't own a car? Am I prohibited from returning shit to Harbor Freight? Like, how does this actually work? Like, I never heard of such a thing. And he goes, well, unfortunately, some of the items we sell are age restricted and you got to have an ID, but oddly enough, chainsaws aren't one of them. And I was like, yeah, no, I was here when I bought it the other day. I know I don't, but he's like, but it's just the way it is for returns. And I was like, but like I said, what if I don't have a driver's license? Like, I don't understand. Like, how? Like, he goes, like, oh, sorry, a government issued ID. And I was like, oh, no idea, just a government issued ID to shop at Harbor Freight. Okay, gotcha. I was confused for a second there because you kept saying driver's license. And I couldn't make the association of why operating a piece of machinery on the public roads has anything to do with returning shit to Harbor Freight. But now it's just a government issued ID. So okay, fair enough. Apparently, if you're a feral wolf living in the forest, you can't return shit to Harbor Freight. So I was like, well, here's the bad news, buddy. I don't have my wallet with me. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a picture of it on my phone. So we have to figure something out here. And he's like, oh, well, you're probably just going to have to come back and do this later. And I was starting the part of the conversation where I was going to say, well, if I come back, I'm bringing the pull saw with me. And I'm going to return it. And then I'm going to buy a brand new one. That was the next thing that was coming out of my mouth. And this whole time, the line's getting longer and longer, and people are stacking up, and it's just like, I really didn't know what to do because, like, I was just doing a price adjust and leaving, you know, like, they sent me the email to my email address, you know, like, I have the email on my phone, like, that would be some pretty sophisticated hacking if you're going to hack someone's email, you know, it's just like, it ain't going to happen, dude, like, ain't nobody hacking someone's email to get their Harbor Freight, receipts so they can come back a week later and try to get $10 back. You know, it is not happening. Like, whatever. I haven't got mad yet. I haven't yelled. I haven't raised my voice. I'm just like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I was just going with like, hey, buddy, I'm here right now. Let's do this shit. You know, even when he said, you know, it is a stupid policy. I even took the high road and said, I got no comment on how stupid your policy is or isn't, buddy. Like, I ain't got a dog in that fight. I'm just here to do this, and I'm here. Let's do this. Like, see the people waiting in line? Let's go. Let's get the thing going. And as I'm sitting there, a totally random stranger lady walks by and goes, you could use my ID. And I turn to her and I look, I was like, holy shit, my sister's here. Hey, we can use my sister's ID, right? And the guy, the manager, obviously realizing that's not my sister, is like, yep, we sure can. It was like the craziest shit. And she just took her ID out, handed it to him, he scanned it, and then we were done. That's it. Can you believe that shit? I told her, I was like, you won, I want to say you won the internet, but we weren't on the internet. I was like, you won life today. Like, you just won the greatest prize for me ever in the world. That, like, all these people appreciate you that are standing in line. Everybody appreciates you. Like, you are the hero of this situation. Many people could have stepped forward with a solution to that problem. Only you stepped up. So that lady wins the prize of life. But yeah, so like, the funny part is, because Harbor Freight associates everything with a telephone number, they kind of keep a database on you, there's a pretty good chance that I may or may not be associated with the lady for the rest of my life. I would not be surprised if at some point in the future, I receive unsolicited either mail or phone calls for whoever this lady was. I never got her name, but I'm going to keep my eyes peeled because I'm pretty sure for the rest of my life, her and I will be interlinked. Pretty sure. But yeah, you had to have it. Like, it didn't even have to be my ID. There just had to be an ID involved to the return. And I'm just like, dude, I don't get it, man. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that shit works, but like... I forgot to say the other part was like, sorry, sir, we don't do price adjusts. And then like, when he goes to the computer, one of the options is price adjust. It's literally on the computer, price adjust. We don't do those, price adjust. It's like, oh, you don't do that? That's weird. I wonder why the guy who wrote the code for you included that text and the option to price adjust on your computer. Weird. That's real weird. I mean, the pressure they must be getting from corporate to just deny everybody everything. Because I really thought about it the other day. I'm pretty sure the manager that I talked to the first time could have, if he wanted to, done the thing to give me my 25% off the day I came out. I'm pretty sure he could have done that. But I'm pretty sure he's getting his balls busted by management, so he's like, he just can't. He's just like, sorry, I can't do it. But like, I'm not saying I'm done with Harbor Freight, but man alive. I mean, I used to not hate Harbor Freight, but I think they may be a company that I hate now. Because, like, that's some bullshit, dude. Because, like, it wouldn't have been so bad, but, like, I literally called ahead and I explained, I don't have any of my shit with me. I just have my phone. I was like, I'm coming in with my phone and the copy of the receipt. Is that going to be enough? I mean, I asked the person. Now, fair enough, the person who answered may be stupid and not know the answer, but, like, if the person on the phone said, don't forget to bring your government-issued ID for your return, whatever. Oh, my sister's here. Hey, look, my sister just showed up. Could she do the return for me? Whatever. That's the world we live in now. Don't forget your government ID. So, like, not to get too political, but, like, if you've ever followed any of the, like, I don't know, voter ID stuff, and how certain groups of people say, oh, that's, you know, you can't say voter ID, or you can't demand a voter ID, because that's not fair. But certain people in the world can't figure out how to get an ID, and that's not fair to them, blah, blah, blah. Which usually that's some of the most racist shit I've ever heard in my life, to say that a certain group of people are too dumb to get an ID. Which I don't believe in at all. I think everybody can get an ID. Now, whether or not you carry it with you, that's a whole other story. Myself included. But, I guess one of the things you can add to the list of the things you must have an ID for is returning shit to Harbor Freight. You know, flying on an airplane, getting a library card, returning shit to Harbor Freight, you know, like, whatever. Just sorry about the dirty floors. The maid's week off. Someone needs to sweep that. Ooh, dog. Good nibble there. But yeah. So no, I was just gonna return that goddamn saw. If he would have pushed that, and if I would have ended with like leaving that store without my adjustment, I was just gonna go back to my house, get my ID, grab my packaging, and I was just gonna go back out there. And I was going to give him a used saw back, because I was within the return window, say, sorry, don't want it. Then I was going to take my money and walk back to where the saws were and get a brand new one. And then I was like, you fuckers, fucking get your shit together. Whatever. Luckily, that lady saved the day. There are still good people in the world. And then as I'm walking out, I mean, don't get me wrong. I obviously love to be the center of attention. There's no doubt about that. But I don't really like the kind of attention where you're standing in line trying to get something taken care of that should take 45 seconds. And it is just, nothing's happening, and the line behind you and all the people are pissed at you. Because you're an idiot and didn't bring your ID, but like didn't know I had to. So as I'm walking out, I kind of say out loud, well, that's a new one. You got to have a driver's license to fucking shop at Harbor Freight. And these people that they're in the other line was like, yeah, we never heard of that shit either before. Like, I think everyone watching the situation couldn't rationalize their brain around it. Whether it was I was too stupid to have an ID, or the fact that like it was going to be a sticking point for a return. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't even be legal, to be honest with you. I don't know anywhere where doing commerce requires government ID. I've never heard of that as a law ever in my life. And I'm sure I could pursue that if I was wealthy and had nothing better to do. But like, it's kind of bonkers. Like, that was kind of bonkers. And for me, that's just another reason for me not to want to shop at Harbor Freight. It's just another one of those little things there. Oh, hey, my sister! Bunch of fucking bullshit is what that was. It's just like, dude, seriously? And what's crazy is, like, I kind of feel like I let everybody down because I didn't come up with that. My brain could not process. Does anybody have an ID I could borrow? Because I was just like, my brain was functioning and it got stuck at, you need an ID to return. I got, ding! I couldn't get past it. My brain just like was stuck. I was in like, ding, ding, ding. My brain was just pegging, like, ding, 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 ding. Because I'm just like, what? Luckily, that lady was on the ball there. It was just, I don't know. It strikes me as just so goddamn strange. Whatever. God, it's hot in my house. What is it in here? It's humid or something. It's only 75 in here, but God, I am sweating. Sweating to the oldies. All right, what else is happening in the world of like crazy ass shit that I can talk about on? There's got to be something. I mean, that was just yesterday. I mean, that literally happened yesterday. Whatever. I'm trying to think. What did I see the other day? Oh, so, yeah, this is interesting. I know this kind of bothers some people, but like, I even have family members that participate in this, but like, I was going to, actually this was yesterday as well. I was going to work yesterday. I get to the stoplight near my house, And as I pull up, I see a cop do a U-turn in the middle of the intersection, park, blocking traffic, get out, and stand there looking around. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? Like, someone's getting arrested. Like, what's going on? And then, like, as I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, why can't I go through my green arrow and turn left to drive the direction I need to go because a cop's just sitting out in the road? Like, at first I was like, well, do the stoplights break? Because it kind of seems like everybody's sitting here at a red light. Like, you know, if all the lights are red, the light's broken, the cop's going to have to start directing traffic. And I don't want to assume anybody's gender, but it looked like a female police officer, and she wasn't doing anything, which makes sense in my bigoted mind that, like, all right, we got a cop doing nothing. Oh, it's a lady cop. Oh, here we go. Like do something, lady cop. Like, let's get this traffic going. Because, like, we're all sitting here. Traffic's backing up this way, that way. It's just traffic everywhere. We're just sitting there. No one's going anywhere. She's not waving anybody. She's just standing there. And I'm just like, what in the holy hell is happening? And then I see up the road to my right, people on bicycles, which is fine. I don't mind bicycles. Bicycles are in the road. Fantastic. Bicycles can go on the road because bicycles can share the road. Share the road. When a bicycle's in the street, it's got the lane. That's fine. But these magical bicycles, they were allowed to stop all the fucking other traffic so they could come down the road and do an illegal U-turn and then go onto the sidewalk. Yeah, that's what this was doing. The cop blocked traffic so a bunch of bicycles could be on the public road where they're supposed to be, in a legal lane where they're supposed to be, and then do an illegal U-turn to drive onto the sidewalk, which is illegal. That's what the cop was doing. It's like, well, why didn't the bicycles just come down the road to the turn lane, turn left at the turn lane, drive down one block, and go to the parking lot where all the cars have to go to enter that bicycle area? Why didn't that happen? Because, like, I can't have me and my buddies of 12 people in our cars get the cops to stop traffic for us so we can come down doing a legal turn. And it's just like, what the hell is happening? Like, and then the cop didn't give any signal to anybody that, oh, we're all back to normal again. So then everybody's just sitting there still not sure if we can go because, like, I sat through 3 cycles of the fucking light. My left turn arrow 3 times. And the last 2 times, I could have gone left. My traffic pattern had nothing to do with the bicycle gang and their illegal traffic maneuver at all. I couldn't have run one of those bikes over if I tried. For me to run one of them bicycles over, I would have had to have gone right instead, across 2 lanes of traffic, and then I would have hit a bicyclist. But instead, it's like... And trust me, I have some family members that are into bicycling, but like that shit, like I got some news for you, bicyclists. That's why people hate bicyclists. Because there was no reason those bicyclists who were legally on the road couldn't have just turned left like a normal passenger vehicle on the road, gone to the next street, gone up a block, and there's a parking lot. The parking lot's for people to like park their cars and get out, unload their bikes, and get on the bike trail. Oh, but they would have had to ride their bikes a block this way, 2 extra blocks to be legal, and would have had to fucking ruin everyone's morning. Oh, thanks, bicyclists. God damn. You're not special because you're on a bike, man. If you're on a bike in your road, you're just as special as everybody else. That's how it should be. And people wonder why people get so goddamn pissed at bicycles. Is because bicycles don't get treated like everybody else on the road. They get special. They get blocked the whole fucking intersection so they can make illegal maneuvers. Oh, whatever. Shit's ridiculous. Shit is ridiculous. It probably makes me sound like an asshole, but... You know, I unfortunately, like all the other people that were stuck at the intersection, is just a person trying to go about their life, being inconvenienced by the douchebaggery of others. Because there would have been nothing stopping those that group of bicycles from just driving on the public road to the next public road and getting onto their little bike path thing. There was nothing stopping them. They wanted special treatment. They wanted to be above the law. Somehow they pulled it off. I don't know how they pulled it off. Some sort of magical bullshit. I mean, they didn't have a police escort either. That was the other thing. I mean, they're going down a main drag in town. Whatever. I don't understand. But what's a little inconvenience for the rest of the public so that a select few, a minority of people, if you will, can be treated special because it's good for them, right? Yeah, that's how we should have society work. That's a great idea. Let's cater to the people that want to be treated differently than everybody else because they're quote unquote special. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? And I'm trying. Why didn't they just ride on the goddamn sidewalk the whole way? If you want to break the law, just break the law the whole way to, because bikes aren't allowed on sidewalks. Whatever. It's fine. Special rules for special people. The only I can come up with, there must have been somebody on the council that was going for a bike ride that day. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to think, if I got 20 people together, could I call the local police department and say, hey, can I get a police escort for me and my 25 favorite friends to go for a bicycle ride down the public road? And can you block traffic for us? You know what they would tell me? I don't think they'd say you can go fuck yourself, but it'd be something similar to that. It would be like, yeah, go fuck yourself, buddy. It ain't happening. But somehow, certain people can get that done. It wasn't like it was 300 people either. That's the crazy thing. It wasn't a huge group. It was maybe 25, 30 people. Whatever. It's fine. I was inconvenienced slightly for a little bit. I can get over it. Even though I'm still talking about it a day later. I think it's my last piece. I don't think I can eat one French toast. I think I can eat a half a loaf of bread. Yeah, it was definitely an escort, all right. Police escort. I mean, yeah. I mean, the only traffic that needed to be blocked was the left-hand turn traffic where the bicyclist should have been in, and the traffic going south, so they wouldn't run him over. Everybody else could have kept going. But nope. Nope. That's not going to happen. Stop with all your logical thinking. There, Elveshelves. Just toe the line, buddy. Get in line. Wait your turn. We're going to cook some scrambled eggs here. Oh, let's let that set up a little bit. I don't think this is working very good. Who's in charge of this little operation here? Oh, making a mess. You're making a mess! Don't go over the edge. Don't go over the edge. Oh, calm down, dog. You're going to get some scrambles. Jeez. Dog's all worried about her scrambles. Oh, it went over the edge. Oh, my God. That's what happens when you don't wait your turn. I think 2 eggs would have been enough. How am I going to... Is that going to cook? I don't think that's going to cook, is it? Oh, it is. That one might taste like bacon. Although that's not going to be hot down there because that griddle's not on down there. Oh, now you did it, Elveshelves. Oh, my God. Jesus. Calm down, buddy. What are you doing? Dog? Want some scrambles? That is pretty much a disaster mess I just made there. It's okay. Not my first time. That down there is not going to set because it ain't warm down there. That's just going to turn into like a coagulated egg disaster of some sort. Whatever. Trying to keep things nice. It's hard. It's hard to have nice things. It's hard to keep things nice. Alright. Well, I'm still eating, but the dog is freaking out, so let's give the dog her plate of scrambles. I probably should have got the plate out before, but, you know. Back to that whole being perfect thing, so working on it. Oh, so I got a pretty good story here. This is fun. So, like, in the world of the online, if anybody here participates in the online, I don't know if you do or not. If you do the online, with live people, you chat with people live and like, but you don't necessarily always see them, right? It's called voice chat. I do that with my video games. So like, some of these people I've been chatting with for a few years, you kind of get to know them, and it's like you kind of know them, like you know these people, right? But you've never seen them. And I guess sometimes they do like with the band app or whatever. They kind of look at each other that way. But anyways. Can't always see each other. And a couple of guys I play with had the opportunity to get together and hang out or whatever. One guy was traveling on business and was in the vicinity of the other guy, whatever. So they got together, had a drink and some food, or I can't remember what the hell they did. Anyways, I came up in conversation the other night, and it was kind of like, you know, of course it's online, so everyone's busting everybody's balls about everything. So of course, me being me, Berta, the other plate. The other plate. Berta! The other plate! Berta! The plate! That dog is dense. Oh, there you go. Whoa, the old sniffer don't work too good, does it, dog? Holy Moses. Thought you were gonna, like, forget where you were for a second there. Just gobble those down, you little gobbler? That's enough of the dog gobbling. So anyways, yeah. I think a couple other times it's come up where like people I've gamed with have like, hey, I'm in business. I'm on town. It's usually business travel. I'm in town. You want to get together, hang out, whatever. Then every time that happens, the first thing I say to them is like, was it weird? Just how weird was that? Because like it kind of probably is weird because for some reason I don't know what the picture is in your head, but I'm pretty sure everyone forms a mental picture in their head of who somebody is when you're talking to them. And then all of a sudden that person's in front of you, and all of a sudden they're like three-dimensional, right? They got height, and they got width, and they got the whole shebang, right? So when I said, well, was it weird? There was no answer, so it must have been weird. I think the first thing I said was, how was your date, fellas? They didn't think that was very funny. But we started talking about who had met who in real life, and one of the guys that maybe he's watching, I don't even know. One of the guys that I gave with was like, well, he said he met one of the girls in real life, and he's like, well, and I met elves. Watch him cook bacon. I'm like, hell yeah, we've met. So I guess spoiler, this is what I look like. Oh god, the beard needs trim, doesn't it? Button my shirt up. Are you looking at my cabinets, weirdo? Jesus, calm down. How long have I gone for? I got it 10 minutes. Woo! Let's do a 10-minute diatribe. Weirdos. A bunch of weirdos. I need a haircut. Look at that. So I probably didn't mention it. Maybe I did. My 1 year anniversary of my surgery was like last week. So it's been 1 year since I had arm surgery. And by default, 1 year since I had a haircut, because I got a haircut before my hand surgery, because I thought shampooing my hair was going to be a challenge one-armed. So, yeah. That's what it looks like if you wait a year to cut your hair. You get beautiful flowing locks. See how beautiful my locks of flowing hair are? Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing today. I feel like I need to do something. Like I feel like it's really humid out. Like, I'm sorry, this is gonna come back off. Just muggy nuggets. I mean, I got on my window. Ooh, I see a dirty old squirrel in my tree over there. You dirty old squirrel! Get out of my tree. Yeah, dog ate all their eggs. Did you eat your scrambles? Calm down, beast. Yeah, whatever. I think there was something else I was going to talk about. Coffee's good. I was going to talk about our president falling down for the 7th time, but there's no point, so I'm not going to. Just like I'm going to go with no don't look. Censored. Don't look at my coffee grind pile. Holy shit! I can't believe I just showed that on the internet. That's what I'm gonna do today, kids. I have a pile of coffee grinds in the corner that I need to get a bucket for. I'm gonna take care of that today. Oh, that's not easy being me. Where the hell is the button? There it is. Oh, I mean, yeah. All I can say about the, I'm not going to say about the current commander-in-chief because it gets too political, but I'm just going to say any commander-in-chief, right? Anytime there's someone in charge, you would think that, like, one of the prerequisites would be, like, a pretty good track record of not falling down all the time. And, like, someone actually brought up, it's like, you know, all these times that anybody in public office falls down, those are only the times that it got on film. It doesn't mean it's not happening more. Like that just happened to be when the cameras were running. It's like, oh my god, dude. Someone was like, "Do we get a walker? Like, could we have a person in charge with a walker? Would that be acceptable?" And the basic comment on that one was like, "Yeah, actually, probably you could because if the person in charge had a walker and you criticize them, they're just differently abled. Like, you can't criticize someone for being differently abled than you. Like, how dare you?" So, like, this point, there'd be no reason why the United States couldn't be run at some point by an individual who used a walker. That would be absolutely okay. How about that for a mind boggler? Whatever. Like, I can't do anything about it. But I just remember back in the days, like, I'm trying to think who it was. Who was the famous? Gerald Ford? Is that who it was? Gerald Ford famously fell down one time, or stumbled or something, and like it became like a huge bit on Saturday Night Live. Chevy Chase was the one who would do it, just have him falling over everything, because it was funny. But we're not allowed to criticize anybody currently because it's forbidden. I might get in trouble right now for saying what I'm saying. So I'm trying to be real aloof. Using hypotheticals. Nobody wants to see anybody break a hip, that's for sure. But it wouldn't be a surprise if at some day you get some news that says there's a hip surgery coming to somebody for a stumble. They had a stumble. That also came up. I was like, what happens if the illustrious leader has a stumble someplace else visiting? Do the surgeons there screw him back together, or like how does that actually work? Do we have to have orthopedic surgeons now following just in case? Like, I don't even understand how any of this shit works. What am I doing later? I don't know. I need to do something. I need to clean those coffee grinds up there in the corner that I just realized are still in the shot. See, my problem is, one of my problems I've got, I'll share my problems right here. Here's one of my problems. You ready for this? When I put this stupid coffee station in here, I lost my real estate in this corner. And this real estate in the corner used to all be open. And in this corner, I used to keep recycling, which is that bucket there, trash, which is that bucket there, and then I had composting bucket. I had 3 buckets in the corner. And as you can tell, there's no room for 3 buckets in the corner. So what I did is kept recycling and trash, and then composting. Either I'm not composting, or it's composting on my counter, which gets out of control because the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to I have a bowl that I keep on the counter that my composting goes in, and then I'm supposed to deal with it. Well, what happens is the bowl gets full, and then it starts creating the Tower of Babel, right? The Tower of Babel that just keeps going taller and taller. And then it turns into the Leaning Tower of Pisa, starts leaning, and then it falls over, and I start another one, and then like the next thing you know, 3 weeks have gone by, and I got this disgusting pile of coffee grinds in the corner. But I wake up every morning, and there's nobody here to clean my coffee grind pile up. So I guess I'm gonna do that this weekend. Coffee grinds. Gonna put them in a bucket. How about that for a plan? We've done 60 minutes. I got 5 more minutes, man. Holy crap! How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna eat some more orange peels. I'm gonna eat orange peel live on the internet. Orange wedge. If you're wondering how a person with a beard and a mustache such as me eats an orange wedge, you're gonna find out. Try not to gag. Mmm. And then what you do? You with the fibers, and you're good to go. See? It's not that hard. I keep telling myself I'm going to clean my garage up, you know. How's my rhubarb? Shit, I have no idea. I haven't been in the garden yet. I've been kind of pretending that, yeah, I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I'll go check though. No idea. It's a mystery. I'm sure it's up there, maybe. Maybe. I have no idea. Don't know. Yeah. It's like another thing I'm trying to figure out is like my juniper bush that I can see right here. It's like, it's dying, it looks like. The top of it's all brown. I'm like, why is the top of my, like, but some of it's growing, like, whatever. Whatever. Cherry? I'm gonna go spit the seed. Birdie, you don't eat cherries. My dog's looking at me like, can I have a cherry? Can have a grape for sure. Sorry, that doesn't make great internet. Whatever. I believe this stream is coming to an end, kids. I could stand here for 2 more minutes and just talk about nonsense, but I think I'm done. So, thanks for tuning in. If you caught it live, awesome. If you caught the re-upload, it's almost as good as live. Hopefully you remember your driver's license, your government ID when you turn shit to Harbor Freight. Otherwise, it could be a problem. All right, peace out.